Good afternoon, Curious Trivia fans. I'm your host, Melissa Hartzell, and welcome to today's mailplus Trivia Live, where every weekday we're giving you the chance to win up to £1,000. You've made a wise choice by joining us today, taking a few minutes to answer a few questions for a chance to win a big cash prize. Just last week, we had one winner who claimed the whole £1,000, so it is possible to walk away with the entire pot. A reminder of the rules: it's 10 multiple choice questions to test your general knowledge, 10 seconds to answer each one, and if you answer all 10 correctly, you win a share of that £1,000. But just a warning, when you tap the answer, there's no changing it, so keep that in mind. 10 seconds goes by very fast, so you better be quick, stick to your guns and tap the correct answer. If you miss question 1, your chances of winning the prize will unfortunately be over. If you get one wrong along the way, you won't be able to win the money, but you can play along until the end. Your brain will thank you for it. All the rules are now in place, so let's get started with question 1. What is the name of Mickey Mouse's girlfriend? Betty, Minnie, or Daisy? Mickey Mouse's love interest has been around as long as he has, first appearing in concept drawings in 1928, before the cartoon had even launched. Her name is Minnie. The first instance of the two interacting in cartoon form saw Minnie parachute out of a plane to avoid kissing Mickey. Unlucky in love. Mickey won her over in the end, buying a dog Pluto together. Now for question 2. What name was given to the long-running Anglo-French War in the 14th and 15th centuries? 100 Years' War, 1000 Years' War, or 30 Years' War? More accurately, spanning from 1337 to 1473, and from these dates you might guess that it was the 100 Years' War, which spanned so long that the changes in military technology could be deemed as a revolution. Starting with the longbow and eventually seeing the dawn of inaccurate gunpowder-fueled weapons such as the cannon. So how are we doing in the early stages then, players? 94% of you getting the first 2 questions right, well done to you. Remember, once you get an answer wrong, you are still welcome to keep us company and play on till the end. Let's move on to question 3. What day of the year do Scots refer to as Hogmanay? Burns Night, St Andrew's Day, or New Year's Eve? There is a dispute as to the actual origin of the word Hogmanay, but it is thought to have come from the French word Hoginain, meaning Gala Day, after Mary, Queen of Scots, returned from France in 1561. And the Scottish use it as a word for New Year's Eve. One custom on this day is first footing, which means being the first friend after midnight to cross the threshold of a friend or neighbour, traditionally offering Scottish gifts such as shortbread or whiskey. Let's move on to question 4. What is the name of the Queen's country residence in Norfolk? Balmoral Castle, Sandringham House, or Clarence House? Even though there are over 10 royal estates across the United Kingdom, including Buckingham Palace, the Queen privately owns just 2, the rest being property of the Crown Estate. Her Norfolk residence is Sandringham House, and just to put into context the magnitude of it, it's said to have had 775 rooms, 52 royal guest rooms, 188 staff bedrooms, 92 offices, and 78 bathrooms. Wow! So things are heating up and the questions are getting a little bit trickier. Well done to 94% of you who got that right. We've got Tristan 2, Jamie 19 and Moira. Well done, you're still with us. A strong start. Keep it up. Here's question 5. Comis, Conference and Bartlett are varieties of which fruit? Pear, apple or orange? There are over 3,000 known varieties of this fruit, with names ranging from summer beauty to moonglow. You might find a partridge in the tree at Christmas time. It's pear. There are 7,500 different types of apples compared to only 600 different types of oranges. Let's move on to question 6. Which actor and singer played the secret agent Matt Helm in a series of films in the late 1960s? Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, or Dean Martin? There were 28 books written about the character Matt Helm, who, like 007, had a license to kill. The character was portrayed by Dean Martin in 4 films. Now, there were rumours that Steven Spielberg was set to direct a modern adaptation, having developed the idea for years, but these plans haven't yet come to fruition due to studio and ownership complications. So well done to 79% of you getting that one right. You're still in the game to win the £1,000 prize. And remember, you can keep us company and play along until the end, even once you've got an answer wrong. So let's move on to question 7. Which of these Star Wars films made the highest amount at the worldwide box office? Revenge of the Sith, The Phantom Menace, or The Empire Strikes Back? Making just over $1 billion at the box office in 1999, it was The Phantom Menace. The highest grossing film of all time at the box office is The Avengers Endgame with $2.7 billion. And the highest grossing Star Wars film is Star Wars The Force Awakens, making a staggering $2 billion. We're reaching the final third now. Let's have one final push and time to put that brain into a higher gear. Here's question 8. Out of the following, which is the lowest atmospheric layer? Mesosphere, stratosphere, or troposphere? The atmosphere can be divided into layers based on their temperature. Most commercial planes fly through the lowest atmospheric layer, which is the troposphere. However, sometimes they can fly in the lowest stratosphere due to the air being drier, fewer clouds form, and therefore there's less turbulence. Great work to 46% of you getting that right. And moving on to the penultimate question, we have Melissa 29, Sam 31, Chris 29. Well done to you. Let's move on to question 9. Which musical instrument appears in the third quarter of the Royal Standard flag? Harp, trumpet, or violin? The Royal Standard is flown at royal residences only when the sovereign is present. Unlike the Union Jack flag, the Royal Standard is never flown at half-mast, even after the death of a monarch, as there is always a sovereign on the throne. In the third quarter, it is the musical instrument, the harp. It's the gold harp of Ireland, the same gold harp you might recognise from the Guinness logo, and the symbol being chosen to represent Ireland during Henry VIII's reign. Not long left to go now, and just one more question to go, but it's going to be a tough one. So well done to 72 of you getting that right. Great work to, let's have a look who we've got here. Dave 31, Kobe, and Carolio. Well done to you. Let's move on to our final question, question 10. Oscar Niemeyer was the architect of the government buildings in which of these cities? Canberra, Brasilia, or New Delhi? Oscar was born and died in the same country where he worked as an architect. And since 1984, there has been a carnival parade in his honour taking place in Rio de Janeiro. The answer is Brasilia. Brasilia was founded in 1960 in a scheme to move the capital city to a more centralised location, and it took 41 months to build. Previous to this, Rio de Janeiro was the capital city of Brazil since 1763. And believe it or not, that's all 10 questions complete, ladies and gentlemen. And we have 58 winners. Well done, congratulations to you. We've got Kobe, Delco, Nigel, Golden, well done. And that quiz took us all over the world and back hundreds of years. So if you knew all the answers, you're quite the quiz whiz. If you're leaving empty-handed, do tune in tomorrow to see if the next set of questions are more to your knowledge. There are plenty more chances to win every weekday, so better luck next time. And we'll see you all tomorrow for another chance to win £1,000 on MailPlus Trivia Live. We'll see you there.